Hey guys, and welcome back to the Valley of the Old Farm. Into year 2, and it is now springtime. It's dark, but we're going to try to see if we can't get some field work done. See if we're going to need to cultivate that, which is completely fine. It's on the agenda for the night. Also on the agenda is to fertilize our grass fields. And our wheat field that we purchased. I think we're going to need to buy some bags of fertilizer also. Running out, or we have run out. Fertilizer we have is what's in the spreader at the moment. Ready? Should be fertilized. Seed these two. I didn't really need to fertilize those because our seeder will fertilize them. And now we need to cultivate these. Put a layer of fertilizer on 64 and on 86. But we are much out of fertilizer, so we need to go, well, we're going to need to go get some more. Let's drop this spreader. I think all that is seeded. Let me go look. It's all seed. It's in here. Oh, light switch. We got a light there. We have a light switch. We have a light there, but I don't know where the switch is. Oh well. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to drop this here. To drop our weight. Our arms here and our bag lifter. Put our weight on the back. Hey Jim B, what's up? Put our weight on the back and then hook it to our trailer. Can't. Bag lifter. Well, it's going pretty good. Just getting back in the groove of things here on the Valley of the Old Farm. Haven't been on for like a couple weeks. That was because we were into winter. And didn't really feel like coming in here and doing much forestry. There wasn't much else to do during winter, so stayed away. Hey, Tazzy Nate. Alright. Let's head up to the shop and buy us up some fertilizer. Won't need seed. Got plenty of seed. I'll buy up a trailer full of fertilizer. I don't know why I've been getting this jerkiness going on. The response back to the server is pretty good. It's in the low 30s. It's just been doing this all evening, is kind of this jerkiness. What are you all doing this fine evening? If it's evening where you are, it's evening where I am. I thought by the name that it very well might be Sunday for you. Got some friends from your neck of the woods, so I know it's Sunday for them. Connect that. And we'll buy us up some fertilizer bags. All right, 8. Yeah, I'm in Virginia, so I'm in the same time zone as you there, Jim. Hey, Kiwi, what's up? See if we see how hard it is to achieve harmony with this bag lifter. Now, let's see how if we get this on the trailer pretty good. Roof is not up, the sky is up. These things had a shadow cast on. Alright, there's 2. 4, 8. I think I can put 12 bags on there. That'll be one heavy load. You never know, it might just be streaming from outside, you know? It's early summer here, so depending on the weather, it might be nice and cool outside. This bag lifter really is Quite the handy mod for dealing with big bags. Trailer stays put. What? It'd probably be easier if I put in my head tracking so I can lean, get a better look. Hold on. Alright, let's get this thing, oh, and of course it doesn't want to work. Let's see here. It's working. Doesn't want to work in game. Well. Good idea. I'm not going to get out just to get this to work. There we go. There we are. What are you doing, Kiwi? I haven't seen you around for a while. Maybe you've been busy. I heard something about you were moving into a different house. All right, stop. All right. I'd pick up 4 of these at a time, but with MR, there's not enough junk in the trunk here to keep the back end from lifting up. Right. Wow, okay. Hopefully you've been packing stuff up. You're not going to wait till the last minute to start that job. But that bale trailer is sliding. That does not make it easy to put loads on when the bale trailer itself isn't moving you. Do this trailer. I don't know why it's sliding. put it back here. Let's buy some more. We can put 4 more on there. Right? Oh. What maps are you guys playing? I always like to be curious as to know what maps folks are playing. It's everyone finding their fancy as of late. Too bad. All right, 2 more and then it'll be done. 12,000 liters of fertilizer. Should hold us for a while. No, our big grass field takes about 2,000 liters every time we fertilize it. Get 2 cuts off of that, and takes 2 bags per cut. Takes 4 bags per cut. Get back up to 3 levels of fertilization. So it's 4 of the bags right there. 8 of the bags. Oh, okay. It's doing so good. Till the last bag. Oregon Springs. Hey, Roy. I know what maps you're playing. You're supposed to be in here on the server, not watching chat. Not watching the stream. How many years is stopping back into now? That one's been going on quite a while. There we go. There we go. That should lock down. Year 3, okay. Is there a plan to just keep running it for you know, for any duration? Is there an end goal? Uh-oh. Wrong hitch. There we go. That's the hitch I wanted. Oh. Oh, why is that bag? Come on. Seriously? Alright, we're just going to carry this bag back on the front of this lifter. This thing. Now I want to hook it. Well, if you're going to hold there, then that's how I'm going to drive you back. Just take it kind of slow. Oh, you little pain in the tail end. At least this way I might be able to stab it and carry it somewhat the right way. All right. Hey, Big Shadow Farms, what's up? Let's not roll the trailer. These bags were sliding, the trailer was sliding, it was just a all-around slide fest. Hey Kevin, what's up? We'll drive this way now. Oh, let's check the forecast. I'm wondering. Oh no, there went my lights. Wondering how quick this everything's going to get up to temperature. It's pretty good, pretty warm temps tomorrow and Friday, and then we have a little cool off. Oh my gosh, we got rain? We got snow in the forecast for Sunday. And then we got rain. We might not be in a position to plant corn or sunflowers for a while. Just trying to figure out what I was going to do. Oh, don't hit the pole. Let's see, we're going to put this bag. Oh, if you gonna pop open on your own. I'll just dump you in. Oh. What I did last time is I just parked the trailer over here by the house. I just came by with the spreader and basically filled off the trailer. So that's the only thing I need this trailer for, is to park. That's all I need this trailer for, is to bring bags back to the farm. As you can see, I got plenty of seed bags in there. They didn't come off the lifter very well. To drop the weight. It's not drop one to drop the lifter. The arms. Doing pretty good. Back on the Valley of the Old Farm. I wasn't in here at all over winter. That was mostly because I wasn't really interested in doing forestry. And pretty much that's all there was to do over winter. I guess forestry, and I guess doing the silage contracts at the BGA. So that should take that whole bag. Alright. Get over here and fill up, and then we're going to go see if we can't fertilize that big old grass field. And fertilize our wheat field. Lid. So I was going to either stream this tonight or back on Emerald Coast. Just happened to check the server status page for this one and saw we were in early spring. Saw it looked like the ground was maybe not frozen, and therefore I decided let's do a Valley of the Old Farm stream. We hadn't been on here for a while. Thanks for the sub, Kevin. Yeah, Midtown, Zeif. Midtown got an update to include lots of the features that Emerald Coast has. So let me see if I can ramble off the new features from memory. Ah, thanks for the sub. Yeah, that guy. So he added the water trough add-on to the animal troughs. Here is our... he added the FPS mod. But that is... Let's turn... Yeah, the FPS mod, so that your buildings are auto. See, he's picking 50 meters, but it says working with is 24. I did make it 50 meters when I was doing big grass field. So he added the FPS mod to help with performance of folks when you've got lots of equipment around the various farmyard and other buildings. Added the graze mod, which has the you know, the sheep and the cows feed out of the pasture. That's been added. Bale storage mod has been built into the map, although it's downtown. Bale storage is, so there is a place to store your bales if you want to use that. You know, again, for the purpose of improving overall performance and lowering lag. The sky that's on Emerald Coast has been plugged into Midtown. Let's see, what else? Some overall general visual enhancements have been done. They're all visual. They're not gameplay changing, and you should be able to drop this in without changing your save game. And none of these enhancements should affect your save game if you've got an existing game save on Midtown. We're gonna have to go back and fill this up again because, well, the other field will take every bit of the 2,000 liters fertilizer, so they're both really great maps. You know, some of the draw with Emerald, or not with Emerald, but some of the draw with Midtown is people that really liked, oh, what was that 15 map? I always forget the name too. I didn't play 15, so it's not kind of ingrained in my head. Just check and make sure. Yep, it's fully fertilized now. Won't have to touch that field until we, I guess late spring. Not late spring, but maybe midsummer when the wheat's ready. Westbridge, yeah. So, yeah, a lot of the draw with Midtown is folks that liked Westbridge. But Midtown has its own flair, you know, above and beyond Westbridge. But Emerald Coast is completely not a rework. Was ported from 15. But what CCS 101 told me was that that it was Emerald Coast was released like weeks before Farm Sim 17 came out, so it didn't really get much traction, didn't get a lot of visibility. So for lots of people, it is as if it's, you know, a new map for 17. And he was telling me he's got 2 more maps in development and planned for 17. So it is pretty crazy. I know there are some folks that are already thinking about 19 and kind of put a hold on releasing things for 17. Yeah, that Emerald Coast grass is very nice. You know, the mowable grass. Then of course there's the indestructible map grass. See, there's the trailer moving again. Trailer's just sliding all over the place. He told me he plans on updating Churn Farm also with those enhancements, and possibly adding traffic. He's going to think about that. I know when I was doing the 24-day series on Churn Farm, that was a frequent comment that folks were saying was they wish it had traffic. So far in stream, we have fertilized a couple fields, and we got 12 bags of fertilizer onto the trailer. That's about 36 minutes of stream right there. Most of the time was loading up that trailer. Goal is going to be to fertilize field 86 and then to start cultivating 2 of our corn fields back at the farm. Hey Cameron, what's up? Thanks for coming by. Well, I'm glad you chose. I know you have a choice in who you chill with, and I'm glad you chose to chill here. Chill. Let's get a little cool spring air in the cab. Wake us up. After all, it is almost 11 p.m. Alright, this road should be the road we need to take. Yeah, this looks right. That is because Roy updated the PDA to reflect some things that we're doing here on the multiplayer server. So he numbered the forestry areas, for example, and he reworked some of the farms. And the forestry areas were numbered because of how we're doing forestry. So we've got a spreadsheet set up where during winter players could pick up a contract to do some forestry, and there was, I guess, a contract for each numbered forest area. So what, there's 13 numbered forest areas, so there were 13 contracts, and the contract was for the player to cut down 10 trees that were marked. You could only cut down the tree that was marked, and you had to cut it in 6-meter length, and you could use the logging trailer that the sawmill provided, which was auto load, and you would deliver the log to the sawmill, but not to the sell point, but to a designated unload point. And then you would mark the contract as complete. Then the player who basically purchased the sawmill for some amount of money, I don't know how much he paid for it, but he basically purchased the sawmill. He would log in after he saw that the contract had been marked complete, and he would move the logs over to the actual sell point and then take the profit. So he would pay, the contractor would pay some amount of money, let's say 80% of what the logs were really worth, to the player that actually did the work. And then the sawmill owner would come in and collect all of the money and basically make 20% off of the job. Now those numbers I'm making completely up. I don't know what the actual profit margin was, but that was the idea. I wasn't really interested in making any money off of forestry. So, I mean, I'm sitting here with $720,000. Look at the amount of money that the players on the map have. I've got the second most amount. So, in fact, I don't know how the other guy's got like 1.1 million. I don't know what he's been doing. I think he just hasn't been spending any money. Let's take a look at that. Hey, is that Veerkat? Or is that somebody else? Look here. So I've got Aiden's got 1.1 million. I don't know how he's got that. I've got 719 million. Wayne doesn't count. He hasn't been in since we started this map, so he doesn't count. So here's Willow. The sawmill has 247,000. Roy there, I don't know what he's been doing, but he don't have no money. He's been in here a long time doing a lot of stuff, and somehow he doesn't have any money. So I didn't really need to earn any money, so I wasn't interested in doing the forestry jobs. Alright, let's see if we can't. Fertilizing this at night is difficult because there's not a lot of room to overlap without running out of fertilizer. It's real hard to see, you know, the edges. Yeah, Aiden's like me. I've got, you know, one tractor, one harvester. I got a seeder. I got a fertilizer spreader. I got a plow, multi-plow, and then I did pick up a regular cultivator just for the funsies of it. But he probably didn't buy much land either. That's what I'm betting. I dumped a pretty good chunk of change into this field to let DoughBoy off the hook. But I had it to spend. It was no big deal for me. You can't, not on this multiplayer. This is a this is kind of a private economy-based multiplayer, so it's just folks that have kind of accounts already on the server that have money and such, because we're keeping track of money, and everyone owns their own equipment and stuff. Yeah, he's only got 3 fields, so that makes sense. But again, whatever works for him. You know, we had the option of going kind of a land grab over winter, and some folks picked up a whole bunch of land. Other folks, like me, I chose not to, because I was quick, quick. Oh, we almost got it all. We missed. Oh. Look. We almost got it all. We got that little strip there and that little dot. That's okay. I gotta figure out where... Dark, I can't figure out where the road is. Oh, okay. So, I don't have any mowing equipment, so... I own 3 grass fields, and I basically contract those out. So I've got a standing contract for these grass fields. And the way I'm working it is... I'll come in and I will fertilize the fields. Try to keep them at 3 stages of fertilization. Hey, Macy. And we're going to go check out DoughBoy's new farm here. I haven't been in since he got his new farm. It's not just where the pigs pass gas. Look at this. He's got himself a sweet digs. This. Got a decent house. This says no smoking in there. How did that all work out? Are you talking about the fertilizing of the field? Well, I tell you, when I picked the field up, I bought it. Oh, look at the little piggies. Wake up. Wake up. Hey, when I bought the field, I fertilized it, lazy pigs. Fertilized it the first time, and I used just almost 2,000 liters of that thing. I can never figure out how to get that darn thing to work. I just put in table manners and was done with it. So I fertilized it the first time and used just under 2,000 liters. So if you do it just right and you don't overlap too much, you can manage to get it done in just under 2,000 liters. It's out of barley. Plenty of that. $4,000. Barley is his biggest problem. Barley and wheat. Oh, I think it worked out pretty darn good, Darren. Roy's in chat. He could tell you, but I didn't have to. I didn't lose the plow state on these fields. This one was mowed, so it was basically plowed. I hadn't plowed this one. This one had crop on it when I got it. So as far as I know, the fertilized state held. And these 2 fields were cultivated. These 2 fields were harvested. And this field did have crop in it. So I think it worked out pretty darn good. Alright, DoughBoy's got himself some nice digs now. So what we did is over winter, or at the end of fall, basically put in a bunch of lists of requests, and Roy edited the map to incorporate some of the requests that folks had into our second year. So I'm kind of an easygoing guy. I didn't have any... Here's the sawmill. Let's go check out how the sawmill works. So I'm a pretty easygoing guy. I didn't really have any requests. I was like, no, I'm cool with how the map is. Cool with the little farm I got. I don't really need a lot of equipment. So I didn't get any changes, but some folks wanted to change some stuff around. Here's deliveries. Go over here. guess. I don't know, I guess you drop them just here somewhere. Deliveries go over here. You know, he's got a pile of wood chips. Here's the logs. Deliveries. Then he comes over here and sells them himself. Hey, Farmer Peyton. Hey, Anders. Thanks for coming by. I tell you, this economy style multiplayer where, you know, folks own things and take out contracts and you fulfill your contracts and, you know, people pay you, really adds a unique element, I think, to the overall game. It's no longer just churn and burn. You know, it's no longer just crank the fields and see how quick you can turn things around. Hey, SMA Clean and Green, what's up? You know, like for example, that field 64 that I have is planted in wheat. Now, where's Roy's new house? Roy's new house is up by a field. Oh, there he is. I gotta turn around. Oh, I'm sure he's got himself a nice house. Oh, did you figure out where part 1 was? Yeah, I did those. I uploaded them yesterday, and the Hoff-Bergman ones. And I decided I would put them on my Discord channel. That's kind of an early preview. Here he is. Supply natural gas to your living room. Oh yes, I remember now. He got himself a house from. There we are. Let's just take a seat down. Oh, I think this is the house from what is it? Oak Ridge. But yeah, see, it's the house from Oak Ridge. Yeah, Oakfield, that's it. Yep. Very nice truck. There's the old Fiat. Collection of poo. All right, well, I'm gonna head back to got the old Massey here. I'm gonna head back to get some cultivation done. Hey Macy, what's up? What solids go in the Furtmaster? The Furtmaster on Hofbergman? Maybe I somehow managed to miss that. I'm not recalling off the top of my head what the Fertilizer Master is. Oh, you mean the liquid fertilizer maker? Yeah, the blue nitrum bags, which are under the map additionals category, and water. That's the little fertilizer maker that's in the parking lot opposite the starting farm. We're talking about the same thing. The biggest problem I had with with Hofbergman was some of the language barrier, because it's all basically based on well, it's all German. So that was my biggest hang up or difficulty. Was trying to understand some things, but with the move to the M company script, things were a lot easier to understand, because I think with M company it was doing some language translation. Are we talking, is Rivers different than Hofbergman? Because if it is, I don't know what Rivers is. Right. So we don't need the plow bonus, so I'm going to use this one because I think this one's faster. Wrong field. Fire. Oh. Y'all are lucky I managed to mute the mic before that giant sneeze came out. Alright, later Macy. Thanks for coming by. I went and turned that on. No, I haven't played Pleasant Valley. I haven't looked at Pleasant Valley, so I don't know what that is, or what's going on with that one. Hey, Perrin. Was a nice fence. I'm gonna have to check that one out off oh, the bank's coming in. I'll have to check that one out off server and see how it looks. Oh, we're back. And I gotta fix my sound. Noticed if you're not focused on the game during a sync, when the game comes back, you don't have any sound. I've not had a mod corrupt the save game before, but you know, I have had all my stuff disappear before, and it was a result of my editing of the save game. And I went in and was able to figure out what happened and get it fixed. Basically, it's when I've seen it happen, it's a result of a syntax error in the vehicle's XML. And if you go in and you know what you're looking for and you've got the right... Alright, Darren, check you later. Thanks for the comment. If you check for syntax errors, like missing commas, open brackets, things like that, use something like Notepad++ that color codes things. It could be easier to find. If you get that corrected, then your stuff should show back up. You know, if you know it happened right after you purchased a particular item, then you could go in to the vehicle's XML, find that item and delete those lines, and then boot the game up and you might have your stuff back. To some degree, it's just a lot of trial and error. Anders, before Seasons came out, I was into production and doing all that stuff because, you know, I wanted to do other things other than constantly burning and churning through you know, through harvest and planting and harvest and planting and such forth. But when Seasons came out, I don't like to play at 1x speed because I don't like the idea of going around and having to, you know, like doing a bunch of work and then deciding, okay, I think I've done enough for the day, and then just fast forward through the rest of the day. So I like to play at a little quicker clock, and lots of production end up being too fast of a production. You know, they produce too quickly when you run it something like 5x or 10x, or like when I was doing the 24-day seasons, 20 or 15x. The point where it's like you know, it's almost like you get a pallet off the production pad, and on 15x speed, by the time you get it off, you know, there's almost another pallet ready to go. So on maps that have lots of production, you know, it's a fair bit of work to go in and to slow down the production on each one of them. So I kind of no longer am into that. Alright, Roy, check you later. Now, what I do like on Rathlin Island I'm playing, the map author deliberately slowed the production down on the greenhouses and the dairy to where the greenhouse produces a pallet over a 24-hour period. So regardless of the clock speed, it takes a game day to do a pallet of produce. And the same for cheese and homogenized milk pallets. It takes a day to produce. You know, so I like that because I can come by every day, take a pallet off, and you know, when I have after every other day, I can take a load of 8 pallets of produce across the sound and sell it. You know, and every other day, or every other day, so every 4 days I can pick up the cheese and homogenized milk and sell those, and I'm not a slave to the production. It's just, you know, some added income, extra income. Yeah, I think he did it really good. You know, I'm hearing that, you know, Hoff Bergman was like, man, that has got lots of cool stuff going on. But I'm hearing that some folks were kind of complaining that the production was too quick. So I'm hearing that possibly there's going to be a 1.0.0.7 that comes out that's got it's got the production slowed back down again. But on a map that's got lots of production, to go in and edit all of those factories to output is quite a bit of effort, especially if they output different amounts of product. Because you tweak it and you specify a number of liters per hour, and if the pallet is, or the finished good is a different varying quantity, if it isn't always 2,000 liters, then you kind of got to know what the factory produces in order to figure out how quick it should do it in. Are you talking about Pleasant Valley Clean and Green with the 25 pallet conveyor belt? Just going on the outside here, getting a headland. I want to do it one more full pass, and then we'll start going up and downs. Auto sell's nice. Then is it really production, or is it just you're just feeding a sell point that gives you money later? You know, that's how I kind of look at auto selling factories is they're kind of basically they're the equivalent of a sell point where you deliver, you know, raw materials, and you're just paid for those raw materials later. But you don't have to do anything other than drop them off. It's kind of like a sell point from that regard, in that you just drop them off. You don't have to actually do any work to reap any money. But when I was first playing with the Graze mod on Emerald Coast, you know, that was one of my first thoughts. Was I wonder what it would take to put that on Rathlin. And then, you know, I realized that I've got way too many sheep for that mod to do any use on. It would save me from having to cut grass for the cows, but that's about it. But I got hung up with the field depths, because I have no idea how to do field definitions. Never did it. Never done it. So, pretty much ain't going to worry too much about it at this point. Now, from what I do understand, Real Logger is seriously thinking about reworking his scripts to make it easier for people that want to incorporate this into maps that are also using the enhanced animal or the additional animals mod. There seemed to be a fair amount of interest in the FSUK forums about incorporating it with the additional animals mod. So, from what I understand, he's thinking about reworking and rewriting his scripts to make that easier. And he's also looking at maybe redoing the directions, or maybe as a part of the script rewrite, making it so it might be easier to implement. Yeah, Mavericks has got a ton of production on it too. Hopefully and thankfully, I think it's kind of stopped getting updated. There for a while, it was getting updated like every week, but I haven't heard about it being updated for a while. Oh, we're in the second day of spring. It passed the midnight mark. The biggest issue with production in my, I guess my style of map video, is that it really takes a long time. And there's so much that could get missed. I mean, the Hoff Bergman that's going to come out Thursday is a 3-parter. And it is almost 3 hours to watch all 3 parts. And it would not doubt me if I didn't go and miss something. I have no doubt that I got something wrong too, because maps like that you almost have to play for 20 or 30 hours before you get a good feel as to how things work. I did not find the nuggets. I don't know if is that the map where the nuggets are in the trash bags? Or is that a different map? I did get to play with the blue recycling bags. Go. I mean, the picking up the recycling bags, that is pretty cool. And one bag that I tossed in there gave me pretty good money. Oh. Hey, Duck, what's up? I had some of your, some folks from your side of the country in earlier on the stream. I don't know if they're still around or not. Now, what I wasn't sure about, because, like, if you go to the geese, you really can't go to the geese trigger and like buy geese directly from the geese farm. And like the goats or the ponies. It looked like maybe you needed that special trailer, and maybe if you back that trailer up to the animal dealer to the right stall, I guess you could load it like a silo maybe, and then you unload it when you go to the other respective location. I didn't really try it, so actually getting animals seemed a little unsure of how that would really work. Yeah, I think that's a map that Duck needs to check out. Uh-oh, I didn't want to look that up. I think he should check out Hoff Bergman. He likes the Stevie production stuff. He should like that. I mean, he wants to do a glue factory, so there are ponies on Hoff Bergman. Buy yourself a pony farm. Well, there's ponies, there's geese, there's 2 different types of cows, there's goats, there's chickens, there's pigs, there's piglets, sheep, there's baby sheep. There's a dog. I really don't understand a dog at all. Dog makes no sense. Why you would even have a dog, no sense at all. There's a butcher shop. Take your horse to. There's even a little lady in there that talks a little German to you. This butcher guy around back that's got a bloody apron. Pick up recycling bags from the community and you take them to the recycling bin. More than enough to keep you busy. Well, that's what you said about seasons. It was too much work, and now look at you. I mean, City Skylines looks like it's a lot of work. They even have little wheelbarrows you can drive around. I mean, come on. When are you going to pass up a chance to get in a wheelbarrow and drive it around? That is just fun. You can make cheese. You can age cheese. It doesn't mow grass, but you could probably put grass in it. Your goats would eat grass. All right. Let's see. All right, 6 weeks from now, we're going to see Hoff Bergman episode 1 on the Doug Zorly channel. Alright, thanks for dropping by. I look forward to your mod video on the Cougar. That's no more production than a Stevie map. Except there's no auto sell there. Let's go. 1. Skip 5. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Then it turns into just a, it's just a sell point that gives you delayed sales. You could play with those knobs. That'd be fun. Do you like tractors that light up on the inside? So tomorrow night, we're probably going to be streaming on Germantown. Hopefully some sunflowers will be ready to harvest on Germantown. Tomorrow is a new day, I believe. Might be tomorrow, might be Monday. It's supposed to be tomorrow, but I think we somehow lost a game day over there with some server crashes. So I want to get a stream of Germantown done before I'm out of town. I'll be out of town for a few days next week. There won't be any streams. There won't be too many streams for me next week. There's another map in the mod hub where you could build factories. What was it? It's got a weird name. It's like Spanish or something. It's Delta Bravo. What's up? What's up, buddy? It's lunchtime for him, man. It's not go to bed. It's see tomorrow afternoon. I did. You're morphing into one. I mean, he was talking about you an awful lot during his City Skylines video. Kept saying Delta Bravo this, Delta Bravo that. Yeah, it was a stream. I don't know if he's got it published now or not. Hey, Simatic, thanks for dropping by. It was one of those pop-up streams. Probably happened this morning while you were still in bed. My favorite American map as of right this moment is Emerald Coast. So much that I'm going to be doing a 10-year series on that one. Not am going to. I've started that one. Other maps, Tazewell County is pretty good. I didn't play it, but Tazewell County is pretty good. Blake Farm over at FSUK is very nice. Very, very indicative of middle America. You've got Midtown, which is an American style map based on Westbridge. That one just got updated with some new features. Got UMRV. Sadly, I think I've given up hope that UMRV is going to be updated to version 3, which is supposed to be the full release. But you can still get the beta out there, beta 2.1 or whatever. All the fields are workable. We worked them all. We had cows. We didn't do sheep or pigs. We did cows. If you do cows, you need to use the table manners, because it's hard to get them clean. But UMRV worked fine. Just ignore some of the visual defects like the map border, and you'll be good to go. The abandoned forest is not really American, but it's North American as far as, you know, kind of where it's based. It's a very nice map, very challenging. Crawford Farms is a very nice map, as is Willow River. That is also a very nice map. Willow River is a fictional map that is pseudo-based in Hanover, PA. I say fictional because it's not actually based on a, you know, the field layouts and everything aren't really based on real life, but they are a representation of what rural Pennsylvania looks like. Then you've got soon to be released Lone Oak. I think it's still in testing or about to go into testing. Oregon Springs, indeed. Slowly chipping away at this field. Yeah, UMRV definitely has the ditches. Get yourself really in trouble on some of them. I don't know how wide open the roads are. Most of the fences on UMRV are don't have collisions, but sometimes folks can get hung up about the silos that are in there. But if you use Use a silo at the cow farm. It's a traditional farm sim silo. Or of course there's the placeable ones that you can just dump in. Tazewell County is the other one. Now the most up-to-date Tazewell County is on FS UK. Tazewell County that's over at Farm Sims and in the Giants Mod Hub is an older version. I think Crawford Farm is very indicative of East Coast farming. It's technically is a Canadian map, but could very well pass for for lots of places in the East Coast of the U.S. I don't know how wide open it would be. I mean, it does have. The fields are very close with trees, but that is pretty much indicative of how East Coast fields are. A field is just a clearing where trees have been cleared away, and as a result, you don't have 30 or 40 or 50 yards of clearing between the field and tree line. You have maybe a foot, 2 feet. To some degree, you've got Stevie maps. They may or may not be technically U.S. or American-ish, but they have typically plenty of room on the fields. Not really a lot of collisions going on. Right. There's Thunder Valley. Wasn't really a big fan of Thunder Valley, but that one just came out in the Mod Hub. It's an American style, simply from the stance that there's an American flag flying on the map. But it seemed to have lots of space between the fields and whatnot. I wouldn't think that it would affect your frames, other than possibly if it's not an untampered file. You know, it could be very easily if it's downloaded from a site that has not retained the original download link, but has decided to give you a different download link. There's also no assurance that whoever's done that hasn't decided to manipulate the file in some way. That's one of the reasons why you really want to try to get it from the original link, is the sense of getting something that you're pretty sure is unaffected by tampering. Now, depending on the map, you know, issues with frames may just be a result of the map itself. Not that the map has problems, but the map could just be that graphical demanding. Like I know Emerald Coast and Midtown are pretty high demanding maps. I've got a GTX 960 and an i5 that's stock at 3.5 gigahertz, but I've I've tweaked it to 4.2. And there are parts of Germantown, or no, parts of Emerald Coast that that will drop me below 40 frames, and you know, it's just drop your level of detail. I haven't looked at that map, mostly because I haven't figured out where I can actually get it and feel safe about it. Every link I see is a reposter, you know, a bot, or just somebody that reposts things. So there's a fair number of maps that I wouldn't mind looking at that I avoid just because I can't figure out where they really came from. Alright. Well guys, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to finish this field off and then call it a night. Got just a few more passes on this one. Got chopped straw in here, so this should be getting me in my second level of fertilization. Yeah, you should be getting pretty good performance off of a 1050. Yeah, and some of it is what your settings are at initially. I mean, I'm running at a custom very high option. So I went to very high, and then I went into custom, and then I turned things up even more. Now, when I play on my laptop, like I'll be doing next week, everything is on low. Or very low, because then maybe I've gone in and I've turned things down even more. And in some cases, I get like 20 frames, even on low. That's the nature of the beast. I mean, that's kind of, I know what I'm going to get there. Three passes. Check. Fertilizer state. Yep, we're up to 2. I don't want to fertilize this because when I plant it, it will be fertilized. Hey, DC, I've been on here for an hour and 45 minutes at this point. $11:15 my time. And the only real thing I got going on is to cultivate the big field behind us. Big field 41. Which itself is probably going to take 2 hours. So it's a real good stopping point because no reason to start cultivating and get like 3 or 4 passes done and then quit. We got a fair bit done. We got some fields fertilized. We got this one's cultivated. Bought a whole bunch of seed or a bunch of fertilizer. Toured a couple farms that were reworked over spring or over winter. This is the SOB weight. Just a standard SOB weight. Adjustable weight. Some more weight on there. So fully weighted, it's 2.8 ton. Take it off, it's 0.4. There we go. All 14 of them. Yeah, you should do the water trough, but do it for the animals he doesn't have. Okay, so wait. So it's the SOB weight. You get it over at moddingcentral.uk, I think. It's kind of expensive. Where'd it go? At $2,000. It's color selectable. It's adjustable. Now there's another adjustable weight in the mod hub that I think is just as good. It's in the in-game mod hub, and it's cheaper than the SOBs. Yeah, so on on the Valley of the Old Farm, if he's got cows, you should do it for the pigs. You should do it for pigs and sheep and go, oh, I thought you had pigs and sheep on this map. Well, you'll just have to get rid of the cows now and get pigs and sheep. Now we're playing in here with MR, so with MR this SOB weight may not have that full weight either. I don't know. Hey Anthony. Last pass. Yeah, what I was saying was I wasn't sure if the MR XML made this really 2.8 or if it made it some other weight. Oh, you're setting it up so he's gotta buy it, not that it comes already on the map, not already built. Can you also set how long it takes? You could set it so it takes like, I don't know, 24 game days. You tell him the plumber told you that parts were back ordered. Alrighty. That does it for the night. Take and park our tractor. We're going to call it an evening. I'll come in at some point later next week and cultivate up this other field. I don't think we're going to be on the Valley of the Old Farm for a while. It's only 1 degree Celsius, and we need 10 degrees for corn, and we need 7 degrees for sunflowers. We're going to put sunflowers and corn back in these fields. Our wheat field, field 64. Hey Sam, thanks for coming by, but we're just about done. Sorry you dropped by late. 64 is wheat. We're going to leave it in wheat, and what we're going to do is we're going to put a contract out for someone to harvest our wheat field for us. We're also going to put a contract out for someone to bale up our straw. And we'll get a cut, they'll get a cut. Everybody will get a cut of the harvest there. Then when that harvest is done, we'll turn it around. Let's see here. Wheat. Oh, there's no overlap there at all. So the wheat field, there will be no way we can put another crop in there and make use of it. So once that field is harvested, then we'll just be working that one for the next day. We do need to plow that one up. Alrighty. Drop that down. Shut her off. Alright guys, thanks for coming out and watching. And might be back tomorrow night on Germantown or Monday night on Germantown. Can I move that? Nope. Not really sure which night I'll be doing Germantown, but basically whichever night whichever day we move into late early autumn on Germantown, we will be back on Germantown doing hopefully a oh wait, I did not even know that was in here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Before the stream, I drove both the tractor and the harvester all the way back to the shop to get repaired. And it's the repair trigger. Repair trigger out then. That's the trigger to open the door. Oh, it's in. Oh, I'd have to get it in there? There's no way I'm going to get the harvester in there. Could have got the tractor in there. Didn't even know that was there. Until I see the light coming through the... saw that. Saw the light coming through the door. Any rate. Thanks for coming out. And till next time. Happy farming.